Hi guys. So today we are doing book 3 of the L.O.R.D series um, by Shantel Tessier. And last week we did book 2. Week before we did book 1. You see the drift. So this week it is the sacrifice. And I know a lot of people really, really loved this book. And they really, really loved Tyson. But honestly, it's probably my least favorite of the books. I still think that it's worth 5 stars. Don't get me wrong. But I just, I don't know. This one just didn't hit me the same way as the other ones did. I do like that Tyson is older, and that he technically isn't a lord. He just kind of works for the lords. But yet, I don't know, this whole thing was kind of weird to me. So, if you're familiar with the books already, you know that the world's pretty dark and twisted, and the whole secret society thing with the lords and all of that, you guys probably already know that. If you've already read the Ritual or the Sinner, or you're coming here just to see my take on the sacrifice after reading it, you'll already know what I'm talking about. But I don't know. This one just didn't hit right with me. I still loved the writing. I still love the world building. This expanded on what I've already known. Brings in Tyson Crawford, who we did meet briefly in the Ritual. And yeah. So this is his story. It features the main female character, Lakin. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but they just call her Lakey. So that's what we're gonna call her. So there's a lot of backstory between these two, having to do with Lakey's sister and Tyson, and there's a whole lot of baggage in this one, and maybe that's part of the reason that it just didn't hit as well. But I don't know. So this book is based a lot on revenge. So, right, where was I? Most people really like Tyson better than the other characters, but I don't know why. I think it might have been like the whole there's kind of a BDSM undertone with him, and I don't think I couldn't get really into that. I don't know what it was about him. I really don't. There were just I don't know. He was similar to the other characters. He was, he was morally gray. He was dangerous. He was possessive. He ticked all the boxes, but there was just something about the way that he acted that made me not for me. And well, I liked Lakey. I liked her. Um, she she was a strong character. Even though she was pushed into this forced marriage, she actually did still stand up, and she called out her family. She fights for herself. I absolutely loved it when she took his card and bought herself a car. That was like top notch, boss energy right there. But still, like I said, this book just didn't hit the same. We have, our forced marriage, enemies to lovers. There was a lot of spice, a lot of spice. I won't say that wasn't nice. But, and there's a deeper revenge aspect to the whole thing, which you get coming through. For Tyson, it is very well, of course it would be personal. I mean, he's marrying her. But there's like a lot more of a background story to it, and why he wants to do it, and why he chose Lakey, and all of that, so there was a lot of plot twists, a lot of things that, kept me reading, even though I wasn't as invested in the characters as I had been in the previous books. The plot in these books is really well done. You have the kind of mystery aspect, or the suspense aspect, which will also engage the reader, along with how spicy they are, let's be honest. And that is probably what kept me reading this book, because I wasn't as invested in the relationship aspect as I had been in the previous two. Just because Tyson kind of turned me off. I'm sorry, guys. I know he's like a fan favorite for these books, and most people really, 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 really like him. But for me, he just didn't do it. Like I said, I would still give the book 5 stars, even though I didn't feel the characters as well, just because I enjoy the world building that she has. I enjoyed the plot. I enjoyed the writing. I mean, so all of that kept me reading, and all of that is actually what bounced this book up, in my opinion. Because and in Lakey too. I mean, honestly, I enjoyed her as a character. It was really just Tyson that kind of made me was like, okay, well, he's okay, but I like Sim better. Okay, guys. So overall, I mean, the book is it's really good. And if you are reading the series, and I would say definitely finish through this, so that you get the background and the world building and all of that, and you get a deeper look at Tyson and his personality and stuff like that. So I mean, it does flesh out a character that has been a secondary character for most of the books, and that was nice. I want to be honest, I did like that aspect of it, because I do like the books that bring the secondary characters to life throughout the series. So I did like that, and I enjoy the series as a whole. So I'm probably biased a little bit when I say that this is a 5-star book in my opinion. But again, I think that all of the positives outweigh the fact that, Tyson just didn't kind of tick my boxes. Let's be honest. So, again, if you guys are reading this series and you've read this book, leave me a link or leave me a note in the comments. If you are reading the book, leave me a note in the comments. If you disagree with me, go ahead and leave me a note in the comments, because I'm always up for a good conversation. And I guess that's all there is, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one. Later. Bye-bye.